Greetings, salutations. This one's going to have to be a quick one. But you can see this is back to our building meta. I'm going to get frostbite because I'm not properly dressed for this. But you can see the windows that he's got in there. And then he just built a little building, like, you know, just a little building with a window frame in the back. Like, it's probably got ceiling tiles with the roof on top, double ceilinged. But yeah, that's definitely the meta. This is interesting. I wonder if this stuff goes underground. Different guild. But yeah, that's more on the topic of what the meta has become is these vaults. And I know I'm not trying to beat it into the ground, but on the same token, it's drifted so far from the developer's intent, and I think partially they're not aware of it, and they just need to revisit the whole storage solution, come up with a whole variety of options. You know, initially they went back and they just cut the hit points from 600,000 to 150,000 to make them easier to get into, and that, you know, in one way that would solve some problems, because then the issue is that you know, they're easier to raid, so therefore they're easier to raid, so therefore you know, they're get into more, and they're not permanent. But it's still the problem with them being so permanent is there's not enough other solutions. They need to do, and I talked about this before, and I'm just going to reiterate real quick in case this is your first time catching this video, but they need to do and boxes are not even really a viable option. You know, once you move past like level 15 or something, you no longer, once you discover iron, you no longer really make boxes anymore. It's all about either the chest or the safes, and they need to add, I'm sorry, the vaults, and they need to add an intermediate adaptation of that. They need to add chest, reinforced chest, safe. And safe would kind of be like a miniature vault. It would be a 4x4 tile. It would still be a fairly large block, but they need to add the 4x4 tile along with the vault. And the safe would be comparable to what the vault is now. Maybe it would be harder to get into than a wall panel. So it would be 150,000. And then they need to bump the vaults back up to 300,000, but the catch with the vaults is there's a little bit more storage, but they're very, very resource dependent. I like, instead of using, what is it, you know, the 150 stone and the 60 iron, and or whatever it is, if you have a thrall it's less. They need to bump that up to where it's like 1,200 baked brick, you know, 200 steel and 300 reinforced steel, and make them expensive, and then that would drive people to the easier solution, and that would fracture the meta of just having a vault with a shack next to it. All right, I don't want to drag this video on any longer. I just kind of re-explained some of the foundations of what my thought process is after close to 800 hours of playtime. Thank you for watching.